Welcome to C#.NET Tutorials, Part 7 Value Types. What is the value type first? Variables that are based on value types directly contains values but not references. Value types can hold values directly but not references to the values. That means value types stores data inside stack memory. Let's look at an example. Let's take one example. Suppose integer x equal to 100. So in this we can say what is this? This is a data type. Then what is this? This is a variable. Then what is this? This is a value. So these are the parts of this variable declaration and initialization. So int is a data type and x is a variable name and 100 is a value. So now this value type variable is holding value directly. That means let's take one stack memory. This is a stack memory. Stack memory is having a different this is stack memory having addresses 100, then 101. These are all the addresses of stack memory. 102, like this. Stack is having addresses. Then inside 100, x is going to store like this. So x is directly having value 100. If the x value is, if we modify x value to suppose 200, I would like to modify x value to 200, it will directly overwrites the value to latest value 200. So it will override the previous value. So a value type is a type which is having value directly but not the reference of the variable. Okay, if a value type contains that value directly, okay, its value directly, we can call that type as value type. If a type is holding reference type directly, if a type holding reference type directly, we can say that type is reference type. Okay, this is value type. Value type stores data inside stack memory. Stack memory is faster in access. And the next point, this one is variables that are based on value types directly contains values. You can say those types as value types. Assigning one value type variable to another copies the contained value. This means suppose I have integer x equal to 100, then integer y equal to 200. So that point says if I say x equal to y, so this statement means this statement will copy y value, that means 200 value to x. If I print x and y values, x will print 200, then y also 200, because we are assigning y value to x. So this statement will copy value 200 to the x variable but not y memory location. X and y both are having memory locations, different memory locations. Let's think x memory location is some 120 and y memory location is some 121. So if I do this statement, it will copy the y value but not the address of the y. So that is the meaning of this point. Assigning one value type variable to another copies the contained value but not the address or reference. Then all value types are derived implicitly from system.valueType. That means this is the parent class of all value types. Value type stores data inside a stack memory. This is the diagram we just saw. This is a stack memory, then this is having different address locations, and it is storing different value types. Integer x equal to 10, then decimal y equal to 10.50, then boolean g equal to false. All these are the value types stored inside a stack memory. Unlike reference types, well, a value type cannot contain null value. If you want to store null value inside value type, that is not possible. Okay, but in case of reference types, we can store null values inside reference types. But in case of value types, we cannot store null values inside value types. Each value type has an implicit default constructor that initializes the default value of the type. So the responsibility of implicit default constructor is to initialize that particular value type with a default value. Then with value types, each variable has its own copy of the data, and it is not possible for operations on one variable to affect the other. This means, let's look at the example. This is the stack memory. And here I'm storing, I have two variables like integer x equal to 100, 10, integer y equal to 20. So in the stack it will store first x value equal to 10, then y value equal to 20. So now we know this. If I change x value to y value, what this will do? This will override x value with y value. So it will remove this x value and it will assign y value. It will assign 20. It will assign value 20 here. So that means x value is affected by y value. Now I want to change x value to some 30. What will it do? Will this x equal to 30 affect y value? No. This will change only x value to 30. It will not affect other value. In the case of y also, if I change y value to 40, it will change only y value. It will not affect other values. Even you assign x to y or y to x. So it will just affect y value to 40 or 40. Okay, this is the meaning of that statement. The value types consist of two main categories. One is structs and another one is enumerations. Struct falls into these categories like numeric types, boolean types, and user defined structs. Numeric types is having integral, that means integer, then floating point, then decimal points. In further videos we are going to discuss about enumerations, not a problem. Initializing value types. Local variables in C# must be initialized before they are used. We might declare a local variable without initialization, but we cannot use it before we initialize it. Let's look at that. I'm initializing, I'm just declaring integer type. So this is okay. We can declare it. Let's try to use it. Console dot write line of age. See, we are getting some error like use of unassigned local variable age. That means we cannot use a value type. We cannot use a value type without initializing with some value. We can declare a value type, but we cannot use it without initializing. So let's initialize this with some value. Okay, now we can use it. See that it is not throwing any error. So we can declare a value type, but we cannot use value type without initializing it. That is the meaning. Yeah, local variables in C# must be initialized before they are used. Yeah, we can initialize a variable value type in different ways, like integer is equal to new int by calling implicit default constructor, and we can assign default values. Integer is equal to 0 like that, and we can assign default values using default of data type. Let's look at that. This is the first type of initializing value types, and the second one is uh, xyz equal to 0. This is the second method to initialize value type, and the third type is sum abc equal to default of integer type. So this type of initialization is calling default constructor of integer type. Then this is assigning whatever the value we want, and this third one is assigning the default value of integer type. Default of type int means we are trying to read value default value of integer and assigning back to integer variable. So the third statement will read the default value of integer type, then it will assign that value to this. If you pass decimal here, it will try to read default value of decimal data type. If you assign boolean here, it will try to read default value of boolean. So that if you want to read default value of any value type, we can use this default keyword. As of now we need integer default value. This is how we can initialize default values. Suppose if you want to initialize boolean z equal to default of boolean like this. Okay, this is how we can initialize default value types. Thank you for watching.